perhaps just more game related tonight than it was last night?
I think today was just a little bit of, we talked about the tweaking, that when somebody new comes in, there's some things that I like to do as a coach and have our teams do in the past, and see if we can implement some of those things, and not too many by any stretch of the imagination, just a little bit. And that's what we tried to accomplish in the morning skate. It's not really too much in depth, other than just want to feel good about it ourselves, get the kinks out, get ourselves mentally focused for the task at hand tonight.
Is that a difficult balancing act, just keeping it subtle and not giving them too much too quickly, especially the time parameters involved?
Yeah, and when I talked with them last night, I talked about them having to be a sponge here, because there's some days here that are going to come up that they're going to have to really try to absorb a lot of what we're trying to sell as a coaching staff. And they've probably done it before, and they'll recognize it once they start to do it, but it is different, and we plan on implementing some of the structure and the staples that we feel comfortable with, and that's going to take some learning on the players' behalf.
What do you recall from your days as a player wearing the blue and white coming into the city to play a game on Saturday night?
It's a big event, and anytime the Toronto-Montreal matchup is played on Saturday night, it's on hockey night in Canada. It's a big event, and it gathers interest from across the country, and to be involved with it is very special, specifically being my first game.
What's the process like for gathering those first impressions of guys who haven't seen them?
Well, I guess I have to be a sponge. I have to recognize and watch and pay attention to all the details that I think are important, and convey those thoughts and whatnot to the player. There's some things that that I recognize out there when you watch Phil Kessel skate from afar, and then you get at ice level and watch how he can move out there and how he can shoot the puck and release the puck. There's a special player with a special skill set. That grabs you, that jumps out at you, and those are the little things that I have to become accustomed to, and find a way to utilize those players to their strengths.
Randy, a couple hours ago you talked about helping restore a team's confidence, and that's your perception of coming in. How does a coach go about, trying to work on the psychological side of the game in a group like that?
I think, again, you point to the individuals. There is what we call a box inside, and that's up to the individual to build that box. And if you look at the elite athletes that play not only hockey, they have that willingness to be better. And we come to practice every day to get better. But once you start practicing to a higher level, and you usually play to a higher level, and once you start doing those things and they become natural to you, you feel much better about yourself. And then if collectively every one of them could be 10% better, then we've accomplished something. And that's the start.